Homestead. Today I thought I'd show you something totally different. I'm going to do some fermenting. Pepper season is full right now. I have so many peppers, so I thought I would ferment today. I did order online the pickle pipes. They haven't come in yet, but I did get this from my daughter a couple years ago for Christmas, the Easy Fermenter, and these are easy to use also. So today I'm going to make 3 jars of fermented peppers. I'm going to use some of my Gypsy peppers. I wish they would turn colors. They're still this color, so I picked some today, and what I'm going to do is the rest I'm going to leave on and let turn colors. I have one that's starting to turn an orange and one that's starting to turn a purple. But for now I'm going to use these. I have a couple of my green peppers. I have onion. I have some blue sage. Look at this, ladies. Isn't that absolutely beautiful? I don't understand why they call it blue sage when it's all purple, but that's okay. I also have a few banana peppers, and I have some chili peppers. I also have, because basil, I love basil. Basil is so healthy for you. So you really want to use basil as much as you can. So I'm going to use that. I have a garlic clove from in my garden. So the first thing you want to do is you want to go in and you want to wash all your vegetables. You want to make sure they're nice and clean. And I do have clean, largemouth mason jars. So let me clean my vegetables and then I'll be back and we'll start with some of the fermentation process. I'll be right back. Okay, so everything is nice and clean. You want to make sure you have some water and some canning salt. I use canning salt, or you can use like Redmond's real salt. It can't be iodized. And most importantly, I have my coffee. Today I'm having an iced coffee because it's very hot. So the first thing you want to do is you want to take your jar and you want to put a nice amount of water into it. And not like me, dump it all over the place. Sometimes these pictures that you get, I think they're more harm than good because they never pour in there very well. So I'm just going to do it the easy way with the ladle. At least I know I'll get it all in here. And in fact, I'm not going to do it that way. I'm changing it around. I'm going to fill my jars first. It doesn't matter which way you go. So let's start off by I'm putting in purple basil. I want it to pop. I want colors to pop. And since my peppers are basically the lime green, the regular green pepper, and then a few chili peppers, I want it to pop with a color. So basil is one of the greatest things to do. So I'm just going to put on the bottom some basil. Then what I'm going to do is I already cut up a few of my Gypsy peppers. I'm going to cut them even more so that they're in a nice chunk. I cut mine about like that big. So I'm going to put in some of the Gypsy peppers. Then I'm going to go over to my green pepper. And I am seed saving, so that's why I'm being a little cautious with my peppers. When you cut the top of a pepper off, if you cut it close enough, the little top part, the top part that's on top will pop right off, and you can use this. So I'm going to cut that up. that in there. Maybe I'll do one more piece. Fermentation is one of the oldest processing preservation that they've had for years. And really any vegetable can be fermented. So I'll put some of those in there. Maybe I'll do another piece. And again, maybe I should put this over here for right now. Just cutting it, again in the same size pieces. Now what I'll do is, I'll take one of my onions. Now, one thing I want to let you know, you can regrow onions just with the bottom part of the onion that has all the little roots coming out of it. So what I always do is I always cut that part so that I can replant it. And it's really fairly simple. That's all you need, a real tiny piece with that. Go outside, stick it in the ground. They don't always come up, but I would say a good percentage of them do come up. Woo, this is a strong onion. So hopefully I won't be crying soon. The more flavors you put into the ferment, the more pop you're going to get, the more different flavors you're going to get from it. So basically I just cut a piece, because mine are small onions right now. And then what I'll do is try to take off some of the pieces. I was outside in my garden today, and me and my husband went to the flea market. We like going there just to take a walk. And I will show you when I'm done the great deal I got today. And I'm really happy about it. I'll do a couple different layers. Now I'll take a banana pepper. It's already starting to affect my eyes. The onion. That's how strong that is. Woof. Now with the banana pepper, I am taking out the middle. I don't like the middles, because then you get the seeds that float around. I mean, I don't care if a seed or two is left in there, but me personally, I just don't like it. If it doesn't bother you, leave them in there. That's not a big deal. Really wish I had a red one for the color. Okay, but I do have red chilies, so that will give it a little bit of a pop. Guess I'm not seed saving because I just started pushing all the seeds together. That's okay. I do have quite a bit of seeds already. So I'm just going to cut this, and I should not have done this without gloves. stupid me. Never cut a chili pepper without gloves on, because now it's going to burn. But what I'll do is, in case you ever are like me and totally forget to put a glove on, make sure you wash yourself good with white vinegar. Wash your fingers. Ooh, all these different scents. Woo! This is going to be good. Okay, now we want to throw a little bit more basil in it. Give it that pop and color. And I'm going to throw in some of my blue sage for some more color. That's not blue. What you're doing is you're making like the lasagna effect. Layers. Just like you would with lasagna. And there's no uniformity. It doesn't matter what size you cut your peppers. They don't all have to be the same. It's whatever you like. Now with me, what I'm doing is when I cut my green pepper, I'm cutting it from here to here so that I save the whole inside. And that way I could save my pepper seeds. Because I didn't do it on the other one. And any little stragglers just go in the regular pile. See, isn't that pretty so far? But imagine if there was red peppers in there. That will be my next project. That's it for that pepper. Let's get some more onion in there. And I want to do a shout out. Hi, Grandma Sue and Izzy. It's so cute. She comments every single time. That I hope one day, if you're watching Grandma Sue, do me a favor and on Polettirosa Homestead at gmail.com, send me a picture of you and Izzy. I'd like to see what Izzy looks like. I'm an animal lover. Love, love, love my animals. I don't have farm animals here. We have a little bit of a coyote problem around here. So I don't want to subject any animals to coyotes. And also I think we're just a little too old for animals, farm animals. So I'll just go to the store and go get mine. Garlic. I didn't put garlic in yet. Oh, bad me. Bad me. Oh. Okay, I will be right back. Sorry about that. I just had so many garlic peels and onion peels and everything all over. I just wanted to straighten up a little bit. So before I get my hands back in this again, I gotta show you what I got at the flea market today. Look at this beautiful Lodge pan. Yes, it is rusty, but I know how to clean this. So I got this for $10. It's a Lodge pan. What, I mean, come on now. That is beautiful. And because I started making my own tea, I got a little steeping teapot. And it kind of goes along with my kitchen, so I had to get that. That was like $2. Okay, gonna clean up real quick here after just touching all that. And let's get back into fermenting. Have my coffee first. Okay, so I got my garlic all done over here, and what I need to do is break it open. So I'm just going to take a knife and I'm going to take off the two edges. I am not going to put I'm just going to do garlic cloves in it. I'm not going to do the chopped garlic or anything like that. You can do, that's the one thing about fermenting. You can have fun, if you don't like garlic, don't put garlic in it. If you don't like onion flavor, don't put onion flavor in it. If you prefer to chop up your garlic in all little pieces, go ahead and do it, okay? Again, I am trying very hard. The last video I did, I said, look at my hands are nice and clean, and what did I do? I went like that. Allergies around here are so bad. So let me wash my hands. Okay, so I'm going to put a couple garlic cloves in there. I wish I would have known when we moved here how bad allergies are here in the Appalachian Mountains. We get winds from all different directions. And we don't get bad winds here. We're very lucky. In fact, when it says it's going to rain, it never rains. So we're very lucky in that respect. In some ways, my garden doesn't like it. Okay, so I got a nice garlic clove there. So really, when you come down to it, what I'm doing here is I am fermenting garlic, onions, peppers, and some herbs. Can't go wrong. And let me do one more. And I think my sniffling is having, between the basil, the sage, the garlic, the onion, I think my nose is going a little crazy. And then there. Isn't that looking gorgeous? And I think I'm going to put just a little bit basil on top, just to give it that kick. And I think that's all. That's what I'm going to do. So, your next step is adding your water, and for every ferment in a quart-sized jar, you need to do 4 teaspoons of salt. Okie doke, so let's get going. Let me get that ready and I'll be right back. Okay, so here is my canning salt, and I'm going to get those 4 teaspoons of salt. And then you want to fill it almost to the first line. What's going to happen is when I put my lids on, the fermenting lids, you're going to have gases that are going to be building up. And since I don't have those pickling pipes yet, I'm using the Easy Fermenter. Every day I need to come out and burp it. And I'm going to show you what that is in just a moment. But you need to leave enough headspace, as you can see, okay? You need to leave enough headspace to give it time to have everything come up. All the good probiotics. So I'm bringing it right to there. And what I need to do is I need to make sure that everything is submerged. If anything is not submerged, you're going to get mold on top. Once you get mold, this whole thing is no good. So there's different things you can use. Again, I didn't get them in yet, but you got the little glass tops that you can put on top to hold everything underneath. You could use a piece of onion peel to keep it down. Some people even use little baggies to keep it down. So give me a moment. I need to walk around and see what I've got around here. And as soon as I get it, I will be right back. Bye-bye. Okay, I found these little baggies, plastic baggies. I filled them with water. Put that in there, and it keeps everything submerged underneath the water. Now I'm going to get my Easy Fermenter. And you have these tops, and you have a little pickling top there. And what you do is you put this on, and then you suck the air out. So I'm going to put this on fairly tight. Now, as I pull up, wish I could bring you in sooner. Look at the top of the jar when I go up. See all the bubbles that are coming up? You want to keep on doing that till you really don't see bubbles anymore. Did you see that big bubble I just had? There, that looked about good. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave this in an area that's comfortable, room temperature, and out of sunlight. Now, what I said about burping, every day you need to come and you don't take the lid off. All you do is open it just a little bit. And did you hear the pop? Once you hear the pop, you put it right back on. Do a couple more burps. Now, when you ferment, it is good to see bubbles. So if you see bubbles coming up to the top, that's a good thing. If in your time you see a mold, it has to look like a mold. If you just see this like white powdery stuff on top, that's not a mold, so don't worry about that. But if you see mold that's got like the little hills on it and stuff like that, it's not flat, that means it's no good and you did not keep everything submerged. So as long as it looks like this. With the Easy Fermenter also, I don't think you could see this, but on the top you see all little numbers. So what I do is I take it and bring it all the way around to today's date, which is the 31st. And that will tell me what day I did this on. Okay, so the 31st. So now I know I want to wait 5 to 7 days, a minimum of 5 days. On the 7th day, then, I know that the fermentation process is done. I could take off the top here and put on a regular mason jar lid with a flat, and I could store it in my basement as long as it's dark and cool. Okay, and it should last 6 months to a year with no problem whatsoever. Okay, if you have any questions, please leave me a comment. I'll be glad to help whenever I can. If you haven't subscribed yet, I hope you will and enjoy me on this journey. And if you like the content of the video, give me a thumbs up, okay? Thank you again for visiting the Polettirosa Homestead, and I look forward to seeing you again. Bye-bye.